I guess it's how it all started. Be careful what you wish for, just might get it. See, I ain't had a place to call home in a minute. I remember 9th grade, I wore a chain, no limit. The feeling so nirvana, can't you smell that teen spirit? Purple haze in my brain, I'm feeling so Hendrix. I'm doing what I want and what you do is your business. I was born November 6th, 1981. And ever since them diapers, I was hyper as they come. My mother named me Santino, so nobody would forget me. Homie was the class clown, and them jokes I had plenty. I always had the passion, but the rapping wasn't in me. Rushing home from school to turn the tube to Rap City. Let's take it even further, talking 4th to 5th grade. Dr. Dre dropped the chronic. I had to have a tape. Used to want to be Snoop, but could never get the braids. I figured get the flannel with the chucks and I'll be straight. Nothing but a cheat thing. And now I'm rolling down the street, puffing on this endo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome to NativeTV, everybody. I'm your host, Jay Banks. Got your man here, Santino Corleon.
What's up, guys?
All right, and our special guest of the evening. He is a conspirator.
You just started with the X-Files music.
Right, yeah. Eli Favatella, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you.
I like that name. That rolled off the tongue well.
Right. What's your middle name? Well, no, you probably don't want to give all that info out. He's got a
It's all right. I was told the only reason I'm on this episode is because you guys are going to blur my face out.
Yeah.
And we got to mask his voice. So it's
Actually,
like, rah, rah, rah.
Right.
I can just do that from here on out.
That's funny.
No.
So yeah, man, we're this is the 3rd episode. We're still trying to get all the angles right and figure out the proper way to set everything up. So this is gonna be our little conspirator episode, man. So we're talking about aliens, a little Mandela Effect. You know about the Mandela Effect, Santino?
A little bit.
That shit's crazy, man. There's a little group of bears. Yeah, man. A little family of bears that's been bugging everybody. So I guess we can talk real quick about the sponsors. Thanks to Soil Hair Product. They're actually going to be bringing some product in.
Nice.
They're sending it down from New York, man. Yeah, so we'll be able to I think Nathan and I were talking about trying to do something where we go next door or we go to a hair salon and actually try the product out. Like,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like we'll just leave the podcast and walk right over there. It took like 10 seconds to get there.
I just cut my hair off, so I'm about to grow some more to participate.
Yeah, man, that's gonna look good once you start getting that black underneath it, man.
Oh, I'm re-dyeing it. I'm going silver.
Oh yeah. Oh, so
I'm actually gonna do that tonight when I get home.
Nice, dude.
There's another conspiracy.
There's there's hair products that you gotta like the Silver Fox or something. It's like purple hair shampoo or something.
My girl be getting that stuff.
That's another conspiracy.
Yeah.
Like if you use a lot of hair products,
does it sink into your brain?
like that.
Don't scare me, man.
Man, no, that's not it.
Right? Hey, if
bad genes.
Excuse me, if you are losing hair, you can always stop down here at the Native store. We got plenty of hats.
Oh, beautiful lids.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Right. Hey, I like the one that Eli picked out. And that's something that we're going to do too, man.
Big blue season.
Every guest
coming.
Every guest is going to be able to pick out a shirt or a hat from the wall.
That's dope.
All right, I think that's a cool idea.
We need
man.
something
like
for every guest to sign, like something white.
Right.
Everybody sign it.
There's actually there's a wall on the inside of that over there. I was thinking it would be a good spot for it. Yeah, for sure.
On some Rap City, the basement shit.
Yeah.
Rap City. Rap City.
I've got I just picked up a Purell hand like one of those
dispensers.
Yeah, like the ones that's like the magnetic ones. You don't have to like you just wave your hand in front of it and then the foam pops out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, bro. I feel official now.
Official like
right?
a referee.
Yeah, it's the little things, man. It's that and then the exit sign above the door. Those are the two things that make me feel official in life.
Oh yeah, true.
So
the exit sign here.
Yeah, bro. yeah.
The little things.
I got that installed. My mom bought it for me, like for a gift, and I was like, man, that's cool shit. I love it. Yeah, shout out to mom.
Very thoughtful.
Right.
Exit sign?
Here's an exit sign with
A commercial
with
exit
two
sign.
lights.
Like that passes fire code.
It's got the floodlight.
It did.
Yeah.
It did pass fire code. So yeah. So
what's our first conspiracy?
man, I was just trying to think that.
Oh, one more sponsor. We got picked up by Gatorade. I'm just kidding.
And Rolex.
Rolex,
Right?
Air Jordan brand.
And Lexus. Drive a Lexus.
Yeah, it's conspiracy, man. Let's go for it. You guys ever listen? Let's start light, dude. You guys believe in aliens?
I do.
You do? Yeah.
Fully.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be
I don't want to give the easy answer, but you almost have to because of.
I mean, you'd be
we can't be
pretentious
the
to
only
think that
livable
we were
planet.
the only people in the vast universe that's infinite and expanding as we speak.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. For sure.
We're the only ones. Then you got the multiverse theories and that type of stuff.
Yeah, the multi-universe stuff, man. The parallel universes and all that. That's a crazy.
So like, we're somewhere else right now
doing
doing the same thing in one. Then there's ones that would like. We made different choices that might not lead us in the places that we're at now.
Yeah.
We could be fucked up somewhere.
There's another podcast going on that's probably just banging it right now. They got a bunch of people on the couch. They're all over here having fun. They've got like, yeah,
sponsors from Lexus and Rolex.
Yeah.
And Gatorade.
They've got like 4 watches on each wrist. Like that Santino's doing real well.
I don't have to wake up early tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
You know what's funny, man, is that kind of pushes me, dude. Like that whole thought process of there's another me in another universe that's doing better than me.
Right.
It pisses me off.
But there could
bro.
be one doing worse than you too, though.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you
infinite
can't.
possibilities.
Yeah. So you got to stay on your toes, man. You can't let your alternate person.
I always
Doppelganger.
Yeah.
think. See, I do a lot of psychedelics and have done a lot of psychedelics.
Yeah. Well, let's pause that real quick. First episode, Santino. He was.
Those weren't psychedelics.
Yeah, he was under the weather, but that was that made for good television for sure.
It did. No, but when I'm doing acid, I always feel like you kind of connecting with those other universes or
So a lot
thoughts.
of people say DMT does that.
I've
man.
done DMT.
Have you?
I've done DMT.
Like the real,
Man,
They're
like the real
this
stuff
is-
they do in the forest.
The
like,
real, well, I didn't do it in the forest.
brew it up?
That's
Ayahuasca?
ayahuasca. Yeah.
Okay.
I've done DMT. It was probably one of the craziest experiences I ever had.
Yeah.
Immediately after I kind of came down off of it, I was like, I will never do that again.
Mm.
But as days go by, you start thinking like, well, I would do it again because now I know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The first time I didn't know what to expect. So basically, this kid, he was like a chemist at UC. He's like this genius kid. Like, so he made it himself. So I mean, people don't know
Man,
what
that's iffy, bro.
Yeah, it is iffy. But the people who don't know what DMT is, I don't know the actual scientific word.
Detho, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, something.
Something.
Yeah, I don't know, but the body produces it.
Right, when you dream and when you die.
Yeah.
So it's a
And
natural
born.
chemical.
And
right,
when
and
you're
when you're
born.
born.
Yeah.
So
I think it probably makes you fly.
it's insane. So he's basically all right. You
Out
have
of
to smoke
body
it out
kinda
of a
thing.
bong with weed, right? Mm-hmm. So he starts out and he says, "It's 3 hits. Nobody ever gets to the third one."
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, I'm getting to this third one. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So
You're Santino.
Yeah, I'm Santino. He sprinkles the DMT on the weed. So the first hit is just like a regular weed hit. So I'm like, all right, nothing happens. You know what I'm saying?
I got this.
Right, I got this. And then you light it again. And as I'm hitting it, the smoke's coming up the bong. And I'm watching the smoke come up the bong.
I got you.
Then it turns yellow, the smoke. So then I'm like, okay,
Uh-oh.
this is getting weird.
Different level.
Then all of a sudden, kaleidoscope. My whole vision just went like, and I was in some parallel realm. I'm honest on my son. Like, I'm not making this up or exaggerating anything. Like,
And you were coherent, right?
I was
like,
coherent.
Like that's the crazy thing that I've heard is that you're
you know
aware.
you're there, but
Yeah.
you're not there. Like
Right.
if I'm looking at you, I don't see this anymore. I see a
Daydreaming.
lot of colors. I've seen a lot of colors, a lot of red, blues, and greens and yellows.
Like a kaleidoscope.
A kaleidoscope,
Yeah, that's
literally. So I kind of freaked out a little bit. So I stand up and I walk out the room, but the room doesn't look the same. Yes, I know the dimensions of the room. I know there's a wall here, there's a wall here, and there's a hallway. You know what I'm saying? So I go out into this other room and then I walk off onto a balcony. Now, it's not a high balcony, but balcony nonetheless. But everything outside was the freakiest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like,
Wait, was it day or night?
it was daytime, and it
Daytime?
was super
Oh.
sunny outside. So
It's even worse.
and people didn't look like
That'd be
people
crazy.
anymore. They were just these beings. Like, you know what I mean? I can't describe it. You know,
It wasn't like a painting.
yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
painting almost, and everybody in the painting's moving though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I go back in the house, I'm still kind of freaking out, and then it kind of subsides. and I asked my boys, like, yo, what was I doing? Like, they were like, you just, at first, like, you kind of balled up and was like, and they said, I just got up and walked out the room. And I was like, dude, that was crazy. Like, I'm never doing that again. But then I'm like, wait a minute, I want to do this again and kind of get more out of it.
How long did it last?
It lasted.
You know, peaking and all.
Reality, it only lasted about 5 to 10 minutes, but it felt like 30 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It really felt like once you come out of that, they call it breaking through. Once you come out of the breakthrough, it kind of like,
I think I heard that term.
it's kind of like feeling like acid or shrooms. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I definitely have seen the other side.
That's
Facts.
see, and that's what they say is DMT. Your body produces it when you're born and when you die.
Yeah.
And that somehow that this is a possible theory that it's a transfer to a parallel universe
From the aliens.
right? Where it's basically like
Yeah.
the easiest way to describe it is if a person couldn't smell, then they wouldn't know that there's smells around, right? So that's almost like another sense. You know how like cats can see,
Yeah.
things, and dogs can, their senses are different. The DMT brings that out of the human being, which I'd never try it.
Why not?
The body's crazy. Like it produces so much. Like that stuff you're talking about, and there's another chemical or whatever you want to call it in weed that your body produces too. I forget what it's called.
I'm not sure about that.
The cannabinoids,
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
your body produces that.
for sure.
Yeah, why wouldn't you try it though?
Yeah, I haven't looked into it, man.
Yeah, dude,
I
you cut you off.
don't like doing drugs
Without researching them.
I don't like putting chemicals in my body, man.
I understand
You know what I
that.
mean? When it comes to stuff like
Synthetic
that.
chemicals and all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now that
For
high,
sure.
I didn't know anything about it before I took it. The day I learned about it is the day I took it.
Oh wow.
But that
The
I don't want to
DMT
say it
you
was
just
peer
smoked.
pressure.
So you didn't even know what you were getting yourself into.
No,
You
I
just kinda
definitely
popped
didn't.
in.
So that's why when I came out of it, I'm like, I'm never doing that again.
might be a dumb question, but you can only smoke DMT.
I don't know.
As far as I know.
Okay, so that stuff I saw, I went down some rabbit hole on YouTube and saw these people
As we
out
all
in the
do.
jungle,
Right.
out in the jungle somewhere in South America, making the what did you call
The
it?
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca,
Yeah.
and you drink that stuff.
Yeah, that's like some
Like-
whole nother level of
Yeah,
hallucinogenic.
that's what I would try is that
like peyote.
have the like the real shaman guy or whatever out
Yeah.
there making it like
That's like
and blesses
peyote.
it.
You go out in the desert for 3 days, and if you
Yeah.
come back, you're a man.
that's
I feel like
definitely
Santino's
on
done
another
done
level.
all the above, man.
Maybe in another life. No, never done no peyote or ayahuasca, but just DMT. I've done every drug that you can think of except crack, heroin, and meth.
Yeah, all the
The big three is what I call those.
Yeah, I mean those. Yeah, those
those
are
are great
the,
ones to skip.
great ones.
Those are
Right.
pretty good ones.
Just from what I'm seeing around me.
Yeah, to stay away from. But yeah, the DMT is definitely lumped in with an alien theory.
Yeah, for sure. So they've got, they've got people that have actually like painted like posters and pictures and shit
Of
like
of
that.
DMT beings they seen on the
Yeah,
entities.
for sure.
Right. That's
Clockwork elves.
what they call them.
Clockwork
Yeah,
elves.
Clockwork elves.
Really?
Yeah.
That's I like that.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Right.
That-
But there's a good. Speaking of aliens, there's a good documentary on. I don't know if it's
Uh-oh.
still there on
Tell me.
Netflix, but it's called the Acknowledged or Unacknowledged or something.
Oh,
like that.
unacknowledged. Yeah.
dude, that-
Steven Greer.
Unacknowledged is
bro.
it newer?
If
Unacknowledged.
you don't
Ever heard
believe
of
in aliens and you watch
will
that,
make
you
you-
will leave convinced.
Do they
I
have
promise.
do they have abduction stories?
It's not more-
because
it's-
those stories sold me. For
Well, they talk about the one
I love-
movie Fire in the Sky from the 90s.
Yeah,
And they
that's-
talk about that abduction story at
That's
one point.
Okay.
insane. That
Well,
abduction's crazy.
What really questioned me about it,
Travis
was
something?
when
Yeah.
people would they have stuff implanted in them, like it could be as small as like a little metal chip
Right,
or
right.
something. Like,
Well,
where did
then
that
they
come
also-
from? Foreign object. That's what they would call.
They
it.
also theorize that since that all right, if you look back in the history, Area 51, I can't, we don't have our fact checker here right now, but I don't want to get the dates wrong, but in Area 51, I want to say in the 50s, or when we were testing atomic bombs and shit like
Yeah,
that,
out in
that's
Vegas.
when they said the aliens started showing up. is when they were testing bombs. So it was like, yo, we got their attention. Like, yo, what the fuck are these idiots doing? So they come like,
I can definitely see that.
yeah, it makes sense. Like that's basically what they were saying in the documentary. Like we started testing these bombs, then they started getting this
I've heard that before too,
UFO
actually.
activity because basically in their minds is that the aliens were coming to see what we were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yo, they're about to blow that fucking planet up. Then they also theorized that
throwing all that radiation up there.
things that we use in our everyday life is alien technology that the government has implemented into society over time as a way to not shock us.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, smartphones.
Yeah.
All we know is that's alien technology.
Reverse engineering and
All that shit.
I've seen that with that angle with movies that have came out since like the 50s.
That's another thing.
All the alien movies like Independence Day.
That's another thing.
What was the other one? Fourth District, District 4 or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I
like,
know what you're talking about.
all the different ones. E.T., like you can go on and on.
Yeah,
Like,
that's another theory that's how they tell us. And even the fucking National Enquirer, where they're like, alien born in Wisconsin somewhere, like that, like how Men in Black, where they got their info from the tabloids.
Right.
They said like they literally leak info into the tabloids because like some of it's bullshit, some of it's real.
Because if they put it out, then it's bullshit.
Right, exactly. So I'm always looking at that shit now, like, what's real, what's fake? You know what I'm saying? But it's so many layers to that shit, dude. That documentary gets into a lot of it, though.
Yeah, Stephen Greer's the guy that did the whole thing, man. He's great. And then Bob Lazar is another guy that does. You were talking about back engineering.
Yeah.
So Bob Lazar is a guy that worked for the government, and he had some type of clearance, but he was basically just like a wild fucking cannon, bro. Like they hired him in, and he went to Area 51. And within a couple weeks, like he had a couple buddies where he was like, "Hey, you want to come down and see, see the UFO?"
Right.
And the guy was like, "Man, this guy's like," I didn't believe him. And then we started walking down all these corridors, and we got in this elevator that just went on for like 13 minutes. Like it was just an escalator just kept going down.
I believe it.
Then they also say,
and then he ended up getting he claims that he got like reprimanded by like the government the next day for it. Like they came in.
Right, and then they were saying like in the documentary as well is about how like only certain government officials have clearance and know this stuff. Like they don't even tell the president because the president's only going to be there for either 4 or 8 years. So it's like, why would you tell all this classified info to somebody who's not even going to be around like that? Like that's just crazy.
I've heard one of the more recent presidents pushed to get more
I think it was
information on
Obama.
UFO.
It was Obama. As a matter of fact,
like, nah,
the government don't deny it now, though. They don't deny UFOs because they don't even call them UFOs anymore or something. It's another term for them. But they're basically saying it doesn't have to be an alien to be a UFO, though. You know what I mean? But they definitely acknowledge the fact that there's shit flying in our airspace all the time that we can't account for.
Now, how about this crazy theory? What if these UFOs that people are seeing, they're not actually aliens? What if they're time travelers? Right? Because the way that I look at it is, you can never say that time travel like that time travel is not possible.
Right.
If 1,000 years from now, if somebody figures it out, they can travel back to 2018.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if they're able to do this time travel thing, maybe these UFOs are just like their little pods.
Right,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? That they're like flying through the.
I've caught those pictures on the internet of like, you see, it looks like it's the 1930s or something, but you see
Somebody on a cell phone.
It looks like she's on a cell phone or something.
Yeah, they got one of a
yeah.
Mike Tyson fight, and there's somebody like recording with a smartphone.
Yeah.
But those are iffy. Them are the ones I'm like, eh.
Yeah,
Do you know about the Nazca lines?
I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Man, the Nazca lines are dope. So, when Google started, actually it was earlier than that because plane, you could see it from an airplane.
Right.
But once you're up high over, I can't remember where it is, man.
It's over
Like the Mojave Desert or something like that.
No,
maybe it's over South America or something like that, or
Tibet, maybe. I can't remember.
it's not in America, or I'd be there.
Right, but the Nazca line. So once you get up into the air, you can see these huge like spiders that are like I don't know, like 7 foot, like
You can only be able
miles long.
You can only be able to tell what it is from the sky.
and they're made of rocks, bro. It's like all like small rocks that are just like stacked up.
Figure it into a shape of a spider.
Yeah, you know what'd be cool, man.
I thought you
is
meant a
I
real
don't-
spider. I'm like, wait, what?
It'd be cool if we're able to put up a little picture of what we're talking about, man.
Yeah.
But those Nazca lines, like there's like
Peru.
an alien Peru. That's what it
Yes.
is.
Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you, Internet.
Yeah, right, man.
The internet.
Google's awesome, man. Shout out to Google that they on YouTube.
Yeah, that's funny. YouTube. I fall into those deep abysses because I'm an insomniac. So
Oh, yeah.
I fall into them deep abysses at night on YouTube, and I always know when I'll just
Nah,
look on
honestly-
Facebook, and if a post will pop up, it'll be Jay, and he'll say something, and I'll be like, "Oh, he's in the YouTube abyss too."
Oh yeah, I'm deep in the rabbit hole.
If you're not picky and stuck on a lot of mainstream stuff, you can go in life without cable because of all the stuff.
Oh,
on
what?
YouTube.
I don't need cable. Everything
yeah.
and all the shows you want to watch
Yeah.
on cable are on YouTube. The
Right.
fuck?
Most
You know what I'm
likely.
saying?
Those
I was
NASCAR
just
lines.
watching old Hard Knocks on
Oh yeah.
on YouTube, like shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't watch anything for real anyway. I get flack from my girl and the kids because all I do is watch alien documentaries. They're like, "Oh, he's watching alien shit again." I'm like, yeah.
That's all I
Does
do. Man.
Google
Stimulate
or
your
whoever
mind.
send you notifications on YouTube? Like,
Only
you might
when-
like this, and it's
Only
like,
when, well, if you start, it definitely an algorithm there.
Yeah.
So like once you kind of start searching for different things, those kind of
Yeah.
automatically suggest them into your timeline. But I subscribe to a lot of those pages, so I'll get notifications
Get 'em
when they
anyways.
drop a new video. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
ding.
Right. I'm like, then
Oh,
I'll
shit.
be in my garage for hours just watching that shit. My girl will just text me like, she's in the house. She'll text me like, "You've been in the garage for like 2 hours. Like, it's this YouTube
safe.
video. I can't put it down.
Oh yeah.
It makes so much sense."
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then you go back in. You're,
Yeah,
you know,
dude, this
you
shit
look
makes
all
sense,
strung
man.
out. Yeah. Trying
It
to
makes total
come-
sense. There's aliens. Then there's a theory that we are the aliens, and we're stuck on this planet, and it's basically a prison planet. You know what I'm saying? We came from another.
It feels like it sometimes.
Definitely does.
Yeah. There's.
Because there's a lot of things that nature that we don't have, that certain things that could be indigenous to this planet do. Speaking of, okay, like animals know when there's a natural disaster about to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
They sense it. We don't sense that.
They
shit.
scoot, like,
You know,
right.
they get the fuck out of there. We don't sense that. You
For
know what I'm saying?
earthquakes
So
and
that
everything.
one of the theories is that's a possibility why we don't sense things like that. And there's other little things I can't think of off my head. That was one of the biggest ones I can remember though, which is pretty interesting because it makes sense. Like if they
crazy.
why can they sense it but we can't? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I bet we could at one time before
True too. We could adapt it out of it. You know what I mean?
technology and all that stuff.
Well,
made us
that
kinda
what
lazy.
big natural? Well, I guess there have been natural disasters, but I just mean on a magnitude of a huge apocalyptic scale.
Like you
know
still
what I mean?
kind of get it. Like if you're a hunter and you're out in the wild and something's tracking you, like a bear or something.
Oh yeah, you
get
kind of know
that
when
gut
something's
feeling.
watching you.
You get that, yeah. You get that gut
Yeah.
feeling, like someone's watching you. And
And I
it's
always
just,
feel
I wanted to sing it right
Some
there for a
Rockwell.
second.
Michael Jackson and Rockwell.
But no, that gut feeling could be like
That could be it.
pass on feelings from thousands of years ago of us really sensing that stuff like animals before.
That could be it, man.
Like, oh, let's scoot. Let's get
Yeah,
out of
for
here.
sure, man. There's
Now it's just a small feeling like, do I trust it?
right. Yeah, we've all been dubbed down, dude, from you know,
Desensitized.
desensitized. There you go. That's a good word. This episode of Native TV is sponsored by soilhair.com. Toxic-free organic hair oil, no synthetic ingredients, no chemicals, no harsh or dangerous ingredients, period. It's the healthiest oil on the market. So what you do is you got this cool little bottle from New York City. New York City. You flip it upside down, a couple drops of oil come out. You'll put it in the hand, then you'll rub it through those lovely locks of yours. And then you'll take a comb it through, and it'll tame that crazy mane that we all get through summertime. If you don't need it for the hair, it can be used as a body moisturizer. It's dermatologist and allergy tested, safe for sensitive skin. They don't test on animals either. They love their puppers. What can I say? It's a liquid hair vitamin. It promotes hair growth and it prevents hair loss. It's Oprah Winfrey approved. So if she approves of it, then we got to give it a shot, right? She knows everything. Go to soilhair.com for more info. Shout out to Amazon, right? They
Oh man.
we ordered a bunch of new products for the podcast. They sent us everything but the camera. So we've got the lenses, the mic stands, the lights. They forgot the camera.
Said peanut butter but no jelly.
Yeah, that's what I told them. I was like, "How are you gonna send me a car with no engine, man?" And
Don't they have their own planes? What
I'm
happened to
sure.
the
Yeah, they
planes?
do. FedEx does, so I'm sure they do.
right, and I'm a Prime member, man. I was
Me
like,
too.
damn, and I paid an extra $14 to make sure it was here
I'm
today.
a Prime member as well.
So man, that's and now we're gonna flip the script because Amazon, you can't live without it, man. It's incredible.
Nah, you can't.
Like
You
the
really
Amazon Prime. There's like I think they say like 55 or 60% of like Americans are like Amazon Prime members.
Really?
That's
Oh, wow.
crazy, bro.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not yet, but I'm also the
Well,
guy
my
that's never
girl
seen
is. Let
Walking
me not
Dead
say I
or
am.
what else haven't I seen?
Well, I mean-
I've never seen. I'm the 1% I haven't seen Game of Thrones yet.
Me neither. I'm not into that medieval shit.
well, yeah. So
I mean,
yeah, so there's so
I've
there's
seen Lord
three of us.
of the Rings and stuff like that, but as far as the series, I guess I never just got into it.
yeah.
I've watched a couple episodes. I try to get into it. Like me and the girl are watching it at the same time, and then she caught a binge, right?
Oh,
so then
so you just fell
she
off.
was like a season and a half ahead of me, and I was like
Over.
I'm just gonna get back to work.
I can't get into that medieval shit, man.
Right.
Ain't no niggas. I can't watch some ain't no niggas. I'm sorry. I can't identify with it. It's like Friends and Seinfeld. Like it was no black people on that show.
Right.
At all.
And if they are, it's like the cheese.
They work in the fucking bodega or something. Like
Right.
I don't identify with that. There's a conspiracy there.
So a lot of people don't know Eli. He actually has done a lot of stuff with Bobby Mackey.
Mm-hmm.
So Bobby Mackey's, for those of you that don't know, it's a haunted country bar in Wilder, Kentucky.
Oh yeah, my girl be telling me about
Yeah.
that. They featured that
Yeah.
on some show before.
Oh, it's been on a bunch of shows. Geraldo's been there, bro.
Get
like
the
that's
fuck outta
That
here.
place is legit. Yeah. So
we should do a podcast from there.
yeah, dude. Bobby would be all about it, man. So
Now, Bobby Mackey, didn't he used to play for UC, or am I just stoned?
no, he's a country musician, man.
Who am I thinking of used to play for UC that was a name basketball?
Bob Huggins, right?
No, he played.
No.
I
Max
know.
Seal? I'm trying to think of
Some
Mackey
white
or
dude, Bobby Brandon. That's what it
Brandon.
is. Bobby
There you go.
Brandon.
Shout out to that guy. What's he
Yeah,
up to?
where's he at?
So Eli, he was actually locked in the basement of Bobby Mackey's, dude, with the Ghost Hunters crew.
Okay.
So one of
Oh,
those,
you
one of
were?
those,
Yeah.
one
Well,
of those shows that you were
Adventures.
talking about.
Adventures.
Ghost Adventures,
Yeah.
yeah. Bleep that first one out.
Yeah.
Well, they had
It's a
fake shit.
podcast.
They got busted for fake stuff, man.
Who did?
Ghost Hunters, not
Hunters?
Ghost Adventures, but Ghost
okay.
Hunters. So yeah, man, there was like a string where they like pulled the back, like they were like walking through, and like you can see there was like a string or a hook that pulled the back of his jacket, and they tried to make it like
Welcome to
that's
America.
wrong.
it was just.
If
yeah.
you're gonna do that, just
you're
either it's real or
you're
not.
biting for ratings, man.
Yeah.
So you were locked in there for what? All night?
Yeah.
Bro,
It was
like a skating rink.
All right,
bro. It was
let-
a lock in.
The lock-
I'll paint a picture. 2009, a little town in Sicily. No, I'm just kidding. 2009, I was DJing down at Zazu in Covington, and it was just I can't even say right place, right time, because who wants to get locked down there?
Right.
But they randomly came in, and me and my brother and the roommate, we had been watching their show Ghost Adventures for a few months. So when they came in, I was still kind of fresh to them, and I was like, but when you kind of see someone famous on
Yeah,
TV,
and you're like,
you're
wait a minute.
I've seen them before somewhere.
Right.
So I just keep playing music, and they came over to request some stuff, and get to talking, and sure enough, they're on Ghost Adventures, the show me and my brothers were watching, and they ended up they were in town to go to Bobby Mackey's, and their hotel was down the street, Holiday Inn, over there by Waffle House, the Awful Waffle, in the COV. And so they walked over to Zazu, and they just ended up partying there all night because they had the investigation the next day, and they invited me to come out, and I got my brother
They were
and
just like
roommate in.
nothing,
Were
just
you on the
chilling
show?
holiday.
No, they did it more for they do it for fans. They do a little tour where they only it's a limited number of tickets, but it was on the web. But I think they do it more for the money probably because they were charging people
that's how they
$300
tour.
a head.
That's how they make their
Damn.
everything.
Yeah, $300
That's how they
a
make their
head to
everyday
ghost
money.
hunt with Reality Star.
Yeah,
or
that pays the bills, I'm
TV.
sure.
Yeah,
Speculating.
being a
How many
DJ,
people? How many people were there?
I would.
I'm calculating how much money this dude made.
Mackey's is pretty big, but so it was. I would say 50, maybe.
Hold on. I'm throwing this one out here. They were all white.
The people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because ain't no black people about to be getting locked in nowhere with no ghosts.
There was even a dude that came all the way from Australia to come
What?
to Newport to do this.
That's crazy.
Or Wilder, or whatever you want to say.
The black guy's always the first one to go, so I won't be participating.
It's John at the minute.
I had a friend actually hit me up last night. I want to try to find this before my phone dies, and it's kind of conspiracy theory-ish. He goes, "Do you want to go on a treasure hunt in September?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, I'm thinking he's bullshitting, so I'm like entertaining him. I'm like, "Yeah, we can go on a treasure hunt."
Where we going to try to find DB Cooper's treasure?
No, that I know that one for sure, but this is another one, and it's called.
A guy came out and said he was DB Cooper before he died.
Oh, I heard about that.
heard
Yeah,
that, yeah.
and I heard that too. The Forrest Finn treasure. It's out in New Mexico, and apparently some dude went out and buried this treasure in modern times and last
Ruples or gold or
gold. And
damn.
there's some poem that you have to decipher.
Oh,
And people
man.
actually go out on these excursions looking for this treasure.
So they've already seen the relics, like they've already seen the little
I don't
puzzles.
know. I looked up. He goes, look it up because I wanted to do some due diligence,
That'd be dope.
So I look
man.
it up, and the first thing on YouTube is a Nightline series on it, and it's deadly treasure. I said, "Oh, the first word's deadly. I'm cool. I'm not going." Then I go, "Yeah, bro. I don't think I'm gonna make that one." I was like, "I'm a black dude. I'll be the first to die." He goes, "Yeah, you probably would be the first to die." He's like, "For no other reason but that you're black."
There's $1 million buried in Alexandria somewhere.
Oh, my money.
From Mob.
No, man. It was a guy that had a construction company.
Oh, Urban
No.
Beck.
It wasn't.
Oh,
no,
okay,
it wasn't.
that was
it
on
wasn't-
American Greed.
It wasn't Erpenbeck. It was.
He did that on a golf course.
Yeah. No. This was a guy that had a roofing company or something, and his wife. He was always down in Cumberland,
Right.
partying with all these girls, and so his wife was just hemorrhaging the money. She was acting like she was paying the bills, but she was putting the money in a separate account, and ended up hiding
Smart.
over. Oh yeah, well she ended up
Don't get any ideas, ladies.
stashing over $1 million. Ended up murdering her husband. Got
Jeez.
busted for it.
Over $1 million.
It's buried somewhere. Well, I mean, obviously, she probably
Did a lot
she
of
probably
roofs.
murdered
Maggots
him
probably got to
over,
that.
over the cheating, bro. To be honest with
Unless
you,
they saran wrapped it and vacuum sealed it.
it's somewhere, man. She's in jail right now, and they're saying all that money is buried somewhere in Alexandria.
That's crazy. I don't live too far from there.
Yeah, but let's get back to the story, man. I want to hear about this Bobby Mackey experience, bro.
So yeah, they're charged. They're just in town. They charge diehard fans $300 to be in.
Did you see any ghosts?
World's haunted. They say it's the world's most haunted bar. I think that's why a dude from Australia came.
Why is it haunted though?
The history
There
of
we
it,
go.
it was a slaughterhouse that started out in the early 1800s, and then that's why the well is there. There's the well where the blood went down into the Licking River.
Right,
Yeah,
they would drain the kind of the cow blood,
the
or
cows and
whatever.
stuff, pigs, whatnot. But then after it was a slaughterhouse.
It was a casino.
Yeah,
right?
but it sat vacant first for a second, or it could have been a decade.
And people are using it for
But
satanic stuff.
satanic stuff, and because it was perfect, there was a well there,
Nice.
and the blood would go right down to the river.
Right.
So then after that, it was the Latin Quarters, a casino, heavily mob influenced. Down in the basement today, to this day, there's an original door.
It's like an escape room or something, man.
Well, no, it was just your regular basement room, but it has an original door to the building, and there's bullet holes in where the mob did their killings in that room in that basement.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know. I
Yeah,
didn't realize
I never
it was
noticed that.
influence in the tri-state area on mob. I know there's a lot of mob in Youngstown, but I didn't know this
Newport's huge, man.
Newport, yeah.
So
because of the river.
It was like a baby
Uh,
Vegas. It was
no. The
they
reason
could
why
all get away.
their
was
their
low-key.
mayor was hooked into the mob. So back when everything went when the whole United States went sterile, like no gambling, no booze, these
In the
mobsters
30s.
saw like Newport, and Newport just they did their own thing. And so all these mobsters, they were reporting back, like, dude, like, look at what these people are doing, man. You know, they've got they had slot machines out on the street corners.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is
bro.
in Newport?
Newport, Kentucky.
Wow, I'm going to have to research
Yeah,
that.
they have a
Yeah.
whole gangster tour you can take.
I've never
Of-
done
Was
that,
that
man.
the
Yeah,
syndicate?
I'd like to do that,
The
too.
syndicate have something to do with it?
Oh yeah, the
Don't go
syndicate's
there.
got
Though.
it.
It has hepatitis A right now or something.
Really?
Yeah. I saw
Really?
that on
I
the
actually
news.
seen
Yeah,
something.
hepatitis A.
I was traveling.
Shout out to the syndicate
Where the
giving
hell
out
did I just have
hepatitis
recently?
to
And I
people.
Wash your hands.
How do you? And that's
Wash your hands.
is that through food?
They well
serve
on,
food
the,
there,
on the
right?
news. I guess they want to do a quick story
They
on
said
it.
it's a conspiracy theory.
They
We
said
need
the
to
short
fact check
answer
on
for
this.
hepatitis A means that someone didn't wash their hands good enough after they dropped a deuce. It took a poop. It means they had shit on their hands, and I guess they got it all over everybody.
I just seen somewhere, I don't know where I was.
And that was
maybe,
recent.
Yeah,
Maybe in California this weekend. I
they
don't
have
care.
wedding receptions there and shit. And
It's
stuff.
some signs like hepatitis A outbreaks. Might have been, I can't remember. Yeah, but that's a conspiracy theory too, though.
No, but I did.
No, I'm just saying.
One of those hepatitises is really bad for you. They
The
can't
C,
get rid
I
of it.
think.
Yeah.
That's a
Hepatitis
sexual
C.
one. That's a sexual one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pamela
Is that the
Anderson has
Sharonita one
that.
too? C or
Yep.
B?
That's
Yeah.
the one you got to carry for like forever, like luggage.
Pamela Anderson has that. It's like herpes, the
Oh,
gift that keeps
man.
on giving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 in 3 people have herpes, by the way.
Wow.
Is that? No, that's
That's almost like cancer numbers.
No, 1 in 3
Right.
people have herpes. Facts.
like genital herpes. Like,
No,
like,
just herpes.
Okay.
Like the
simplex.
cold
yeah,
sore?
Yeah, so that.
Well, no.
includes
I
cold-
mean, that's, I'm lumping them all
It
in.
does. It includes
Yeah.
cold sores. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
So
is, I mean, I got.
I haven't
cold
had one of
sores.
those in a long time.
I get them. Never had to fight so many kids growing up about those. I actually learned how to fight from getting cold sores.
yeah.
It's like, yo, say some stupid shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want your lip fatter than this motherfucker
Definitely
right
had to
here?
fight for that growing up, but I was getting them since I was a baby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. It's hereditary
Yeah.
too. Like if
Oh, I
someone
didn't know
else
that.
had it.
Yeah, it's hereditary. You're born with that shit.
So I want to know, man. I want to know this ghost story, dude.
Yeah, we ain't
keep
seen-
getting
seen
off
Trinity
track
Ghost?
here.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Uh,
How many ghosts did you? There. Okay, Santino.
Well, I asked
There's
why
a-
they were haunted. That's what happened.
There's a story about one of the ghosts having sex with this dude named Carl, who lived upstairs in the place.
I think I've heard this. This is
Yeah.
real.
I bummed a cigarette to that guy while I was there.
You bummed a cigarette from
Yeah,
Carl?
he passed away.
And he-
Not from the cigarette.
R.I.P. Carl.
Not from
Did
yours.
the ghost
No,
fuck him
no.
to death?
No, he was there for years. He just walked up on the property right when Bobby Mackey was trying to open a place in the 60s, I think. But he asked for a job, and he kind of lived there and worked there, and he lived and worked there for years. And
Like the caretaker.
yeah,
Right, I was going to say caretaker, right?
yeah, he was actually possessed there supposedly, and
Yeah, they got that on camera,
after
bro.
the
That was
posse-
crazy. Did you see the video?
Yeah, and after they released, like, helped him from his possession,
Did they
a wall
poltergeist?
caught fire. Yeah, a wall caught fire in the kitchen, and the firefighters came, and they said it's on city record. Like, the firefighters don't know how that fire started. It wasn't.
No electrical fire.
My
Yeah,
thing is
no,
this: why would you lie about something like that anyway? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you gotta almost believe
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Like,
it was like
Can't make
the
that shit
possession
up.
was crazy, man. Like he was screaming out like this body is mine.
Yeah. Is this
on
He was like,
YouTube?
the body is mine.
You can find
sounds
it.
like a fucking
Bobby
rock
Mackey's.
song. The body is mine.
Right.
The body
Man,
is mine.
look, Carl's gonna be famous now. We're gonna take
Yeah.
that.
R.I.P.
and-
Carl. Shout out to I'll drink to Carl in heaven.
Yeah, salute to Carl, man.
I thought the ghost fucked him
They've
to
got
death.
a picture of him on
Too soon?
sitting right there at the bar, man. So when you
Really?
go in
He
there,
was
yeah.
he was a loyal.
So Bobby
Loyal
Mackey's
guy.
Bobby
Bobby
is
Mackey.
still open.
Bro, he still plays there every weekend, every
word?
Friday
It's
and
a honky
Saturday.
tonk.
Yeah,
I
they murder
definitely
it,
won't
dude.
be going to that.
No,
so.
bro, we're taking you. We're
No,
taking you.
I can't
Yeah,
do the country.
We'll drink. We'll drink moonshine with.
Oh, I'm
with
not
Bobby.
doing that either. Ooh, no.
Bro, you gotta go with, man.
I can't do. I can do bluegrass, but I can't do tear in a beer.
So, yeah, the combination of, I guess they say, the combination of the satanic people going in there when it was abandoned, and the mob killings, and
Slaughterhouse.
a lot of a lot of
That was huge.
Pearl
Yeah.
Bryan, yeah,
You
the
forgot
girl-
about the girl that got her head cut off
yeah,
and thrown
the
down
girl got
the
her
well.
head cut off in a basement from a Cincinnati lawyer and a Kentucky doctor, or it could be the other way around.
They were some straight hooligans that did
What would they do? I mean,
No. They had
she got
actual
pregnant.
jobs, occupations.
Oh, they was trying to get her out of here.
I read the book
Yeah.
Gate to Hell. That's not a
Hell's
plug or
Gate.
anything. Hell's Gate.
Hell's
yeah.
Gate.
And that's
Hell's
about
Gate.
this incident?
Yeah, it has
Dude,
all the
this is
history.
a movie. Why ain't nobody made this into a movie?
For
It-
real,
It
man.
was
We need
supposed
to
be
talk.
a
We need to talk
low-budget
something
one
like
coming.
that.
There was supposed to
Bobby
be a
Mackey
low-budget one.
needs to be, man. That needs to be a big.
I want a
budget.
part, but I just don't feel like it's any. My running theme today is.
I mean,
black
you got to go
people.
check it out,
I
bro.
don't think there's no black people in that.
if you want to be an actor in it.
These two guys were trying to perform this abortion in the basement on this girl, and it botched.
Oh,
It
that's
went
what
wrong,
happened.
and they
So they just
killed
cut her fucking head off.
Yeah, they ended up just cutting her head off, throwing her down that
That's
well.
overkill.
Yeah.
If she
Yeah,
was
that's-
dead, she was. You know.
And
I mean, there's a well, bro.
yeah.
So,
You got a well
so they
available.
found her skull in the well or something.
They did. They supposedly found human remains, not like skeleton or not.
Yo,
a whole
I'm gonna
skeleton,
drive
but
by
like
this place
bone.
on the way home tonight.
You probably can. It's on the double
Your car might break down. There's been accounts of that. Like
Really?
that place is.
It's on double A that goes to Wilder, right?
Yep.
You could take that from Newport basically to Wilder
Yep.
or
Right.
Covington
It's
to
right
Wilder.
there on the right.
And let me
Yeah.
tell you, when it's close to the public, it's a different place.
The playpen's
There's-
on that street, right?
Yeah, it's
That's
It's
further
right
up.
next to Playpen is probably like a
It's, I bet
football field away.
it's haunted too.
The Playpen.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
With
sure.
like old
haunted
Snatch.
with fucking heroin infested
Oh,
zombies. Shout out!
I waited
No
in-
disrespect to anybody that works. In
I
the
waited
Playpen.
in the parking lot there for
I've
someone.
been in.
Like,
I've been in a few
I couldn't
times.
go in. I just felt weird. Like,
Oh,
I'm
like
not
you're
You
going
might-
in.
you-
like
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
someone
gonna
went to go
with the-
meet somebody, and I'm like, I'm not even going in that building.
I've been in.
I can't.
a few times.
Yeah, I've been there.
Some of my buddies were frequenters there, and they drag me along sometimes.
Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, dude. So Bobby Mackey's, and the crazy thing is like, so the bar is upstairs, and it's a honky tonk bar. But then the basement is like where all the weird stuff goes on, right? That's where the well is, and it's just creepy down there.
Upstairs too, though. When it's closer to the public, it's a different feeling in there because there is strength in numbers when you're in those
sure.
situations at a bad place like that. And when it's plus that bar has no windows in it whatsoever. So when it's pitch black, it's really dark. Like I saw a different shade of dark I've never seen before.
Right.
in there.
Right.
Like and it's
Vanta
So
black.
you
very
were locked
still.
in the whole night.
Well, we weren't locked like with a padlock, but they split us up into groups. The place is so big. You would go. Some people would be upstairs, and someone would do the downstairs, and then you switch like it. It started like around 9, and then you go till midnight and switch. And let's see, because I went twice, 2009 and 2015, both with Nick Groff. Once with. Yeah, once with Zach when Nick was still on the show.
I know Zach Baggins.
Yeah,
They're the host of
Ghost Adventure Crew
Adventures.
on Travel
Oh, yeah, I
Channel.
know that name.
Yeah, he's from Vegas. He's out there that way. He has his own occult museum out there and stuff.
Yeah, dude, that looks
Yeah,
fucking
that
insane.
looks
He's
crazy.
buying like
He
all
has,
the haunted shit in the world.
in-
He has
Oh,
Jeffrey Dahmer's van.
That's
like he has
awesome.
crazy stuff at that museum.
He's got
Dahmer went to
like-
Ohio State. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's from Indiana.
For a semester.
He
But
yeah, let's get. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna jump in on this.
so I went twice. I went once with Nick after he left Ghost Adventures. I don't know what that was about. Like people speculate that's more conspiracy. Why did Nick leave Ghost Adventures? That show's been on for like, by the way, like 15 years or something. That's 15 seasons or something crazy. But went there twice, and both times, like the first time when people were paying $300 a piece, I got the three of us in for $100, by the way, because that's DJ price.
Right.
Nice.
You know, like you can come down, but I'll still kick you some money because it's cool as shit. You're letting me in here.
It's good business.
Right.
But one girl was down in the basement, like taunting, like
The ghost.
Yeah, because
The
she was like,
entities.
"This is fake. None of this stuff is real on TV that people do and say on here."
As she spent her $300.
Yeah,
down there.
she. It was cold out. It was January.
Those are
and
the type of people that pay those people's bills.
yeah, she had her scarf on, and apparently her scarf was like starting to like get tighter on her and choke her, and she ran out of the basement, out into the parking lot, and was like telling her mom, like, "Come on, mom, screw my $300, I'm out of
Okay,
here."
all right.
That was in the beginning of the night.
The real nigga in me thinks she could have been a plant.
Yeah, you
oh,
think
like
that?
an actor.
Yeah. Like, let's bring her in.
Yeah, you
Kinda
gotta look at every
let's-
angle.
let's get these
that's-
people their money's
That's
worth.
the main reason I went. like my brother, I remember, and Keys, they almost backed out on me at the last second because they're like, I don't know if I really want to do that.
Right.
And I was like, it's a once in a lifetime thing, man. We've been watching them on TV. Let's see if this is real.
Right.
I just want to see.
Did you
One
see
time.
any ghosts?
Stuff did happen that I couldn't explain. Like you
I
could
can
say that
explain
girl.
it.
You could say that girl was a plant, but there was stuff.
They
like,
came in earlier in the day and booby trapped the whole place.
There's this one time where the door to the basement just slammed.
So you booby trapped.
It was
That's movie magic.
We ran out there. Like it slammed so loud at 3 a.m. It was blatantly loud. Like me and Zach Baggins was standing right next to me. We looked over and we were waiting to see like flashlights because we thought it was somebody from another group. And after 5 seconds of waiting and didn't see anybody, we ran out of the room around the corner into pitch black. And Bobby Mackey's side parking lot is huge, so it would take someone a long time to run up out of there. And we were at
And
that
you got to
door.
run up a hill too to get out.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is some type of Hollywood movie magic.
No, and it wasn't.
They're not. I don't think they're that.
And that basement door is not flush with the ground at all, so it wasn't wind. Like you have to pick it up, or it drags on the ground.
Wow.
And shut that. So when we heard smack,
I'm a little convinced now.
like, it was messed up because I almost.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, my brother Nathan was there. And Eric Keys, the drummer from Lemon Sky. Yes, he was there. But that woke me up right there at that moment. I was just like, how do you explain that? Like, that's why I came here. I wanted to see, like, is this
cool.
movie stuff, or it was just like, but you wanted someone to be walking to the room because you're like, all right, that was blatantly loud. Like, where did that come from?
Right. So your mind's starting to tell you look, and you're like, all right, somebody's going to walk through that door.
Yeah, but when
somebody better walk through that door.
Yeah,
you
when
know
they
what I
don't
mean?
show up, you start to get anxious. That's
Right.
why. And who would run towards that?
Right.
Like, and I did. And I was, I don't know. There was even a bishop there that blessed us, all of us, before we left. Like, because they say stuff can follow you out of there.
Yeah. I think Zach had a story about. Actually, I think it might have
Yeah,
been.
he did.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Zach. It was the bald dude, Aaron. So Aaron had he was like
It
the
affected his
video
marriage.
guy for Ghost Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up choking the priest at Bobby Mackey's. I mean, now that's
why,
I
though?
don't.
The appearance
Was he
of
possessed?
a holy man.
He said he
made him mad.
He said like he had like an out of body experience. Like
Yeah.
he saw himself walk up to him and choke him, like literally start choking the priest. And he's like, and when I opened my eyes, like I was inside that body.
Wow.
Like I saw myself walk up to him and choke him. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Damn.
And then when he snapped out of it, like his hands were wrapped around the priest.
Yeah.
And now
The first time with Zach,
acting is
Aaron
acting.
did have to walk out one of the first times because it just gets to you. You feel like this dread on your shoulders. Like you can't think. You can't even put together a sentence sometimes.
Right.
Like,
That's crazy. Now
You feel confused?
That's convincing.
yeah. Like that's what I felt at least. There's certain times where I had to step outside and just smoke a
You
cigarette.
heard that shit in movies all the time, like horror movies like that. Like, oh, just feel this sense of dread come over me.
Dude, and I've had that happen before where I was in the woods out
Some did pull my shirt, too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I felt like somebody was following me, and like this is like deep in the woods. I was probably 15 years old, and then I finally got to like the fence, and I looked back and I saw the dude like that was following me. He was in the woods like behind a tree, and I froze, dude. Like my body, like I tried telling myself like jump over this fence and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But like my whole body was just sitting there like in pause. Like
I got an
it's
interesting
crazy.
story like that. When I don't remember this, but my great aunt used to tell a story about 2 stories she told actually. She was doing she was like my babysitter growing up, my great aunt, and she said she was doing like, come on, we gotta go down to the laundry room and get this laundry out the thing, and I was like, I don't want to
dreaded laundry room.
I don't
man.
want to go down there, and I'm like 2. She said I spoke full sentences when I was 2. I'm sure you can imagine that. But they said I was like, I don't want to go down there, and they was like, why not? And they was like, cause that man down there. And she said that freaked the shit out of my great aunt. Like nobody was that.
They say kids can sense that better.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
you don't have that fear yet.
You're not
you know
dumbed
what I
down
mean?
and
right.
everything.
So, and then another story is one time we're at the cemetery planting flowers and we're walking back to the car, and they said I just stopped, turned around, and was like, bye. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, my aunt swore I seen things when I was younger. I haven't seen anything. And my mom believes in that shit too, and she always says spirits can't hurt you, obviously, but spirits only come around when they know you're completely not afraid. Like
Right.
you have to
When you
accept
show 'em
them
attention.
in. Yeah. You gotta accept
That's
them
what I
in.
was gonna say.
Right. Or when you're doing renovations, man. I heard they get pissed on that.
Yeah, they can.
I heard
change
ghosts
your
don't like
structures.
it when you change the house up.
Like, but that's not I don't condone doing ghost hunting for a good hobby. And I've only done that 3 years. 3 times since 2009. So 11,
So, almost 10 years.
yeah, 10, yeah,
Crazy.
10 years.
Flying by.
Yeah, but only 3 times. Twice at Bobby Mackey's and one at what's that prison called? That was
with the
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, they closed that
Mansfield?
down. Mansfield, yeah, they closed that down. Though.
Didn't they do a Little Wayne video there? I think. I know they did a video.
Well, they did a video. That was probably in Louisiana somewhere.
Yeah.
But they closed that down because some dumbass got lost going in places they weren't supposed to, like restricted areas.
Oh, for tours they closed it down.
They closed it down for tours.
Since when? I was in 2015 April.
After that.
After that,
Because somebody, they said, like, you've been, so they have restricted areas.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the tours
well,
they
I was
going to-
also with people that were from TLC and Destination America.
So they kind of have more access.
Yeah, we had more access.
Right. Well,
definitely.
apparently the story is somebody goes into an unrestricted area and
Yeah.
got lost for like a day.
Wow.
Like, and they couldn't
that
find
place
them.
is huge.
Yeah, so-
I was amazed. All the paranormal stuff aside, that if you like old buildings, go see that prison.
I wouldn't mind going to Alcatraz, actually.
I'd like to see
in
that,
San
too.
Francisco.
Alcatraz would be dope.
Yeah.
Super dope. That's the one that's out in the middle of the water,
San Francisco,
right?
yep, in the island.
Yeah. Man,
It's
that's-
like, it's a documentary I watched too. See, I'm just a documentary head.
Me too.
About the kids who grew up on the island, like parents who worked in the
Oh,
prison.
yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
like kids that grew up on the island.
Oh,
They're
nice.
like in their 60s now. Like
that's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
You don't think about things like that.
No.
Man. Like,
They grew up on Alcatraz. Like that'd be weird as fuck. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Secluded, definitely.
Yeah. Well, no, they say it was like its own little community because it was
Right.
like barracks for like the COs, you know what I mean? All their families lived there. So you were there with other people's families who worked in the prison, but they were like, because they, like a lot in the documentary was asking, like, were they ever afraid of the prisoners and stuff? And
Yeah.
they never, like, we never had any problems. Like,
No.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying? It was like everything was different back then, though.
but that's crazy though. Like Alcatraz is where they like put all like the craziest.
Yep, the craziest.
Yeah.
Of the craziest.
They
You gotta think, like, back
crazy.
then they didn't have mental health things looking towards mental health. If you were fucked up, they just locked you in a cage somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
When I was in Shawshank, though, I like calling it that instead of Mansfield. I love that movie. But the night we were there, it was April, but it was weird. It was like it started out a normal spring day, but then by the time night rolled around, it became a hailstorm.
Wow.
And
Oh,
then
man.
snow started falling in April. And
Sometimes
I mean,
it
it is
snows in
further up
April.
north a little bit, but still, like
That's
for it to
still
start out-
Ohio. Yeah, that's not
and
too far north.
They have those long, tall cathedral windows on that side of that building, and some of those. When you see, if you ever seen pictures of it, it was the tallest standing prison at one time. I'm pretty sure, 'cause it goes up like eight different levels. I'm pretty sure something crazy.
I can tell by
But-
you're visualizing it in your head and you're looking.
Yeah,
like,
because
you're looking straight
I
up.
can still see it.
Yeah.
It's imposing when you're at the bottom,
Right.
but with those tall windows and that wind blowing, there was some weird howling going on in there
I'm
in
sure.
that building. Like it was made it even more eerie.
Oh yeah. They got
but-
like broke. All the windows are probably broken.
Yeah,
in it
like
and all
when
that
you're
shit.
standing at the top level, the gate, you got to think it was back in the day and people were shorter. So the gate on me came like almost, it felt like lower than my hip. And that felt a little weird, like a little top heavy up top.
Right.
Like, and that's where they have it historically, like the different spots marked out where someone committed suicide from just like jumping off the top of that top tier level.
like an inmate did.
Yeah, an inmate. It's why I'm good. Thank you.
No, the beer's cracking.
But no, that
Picking up on the mic, guys.
Shawshank is something else.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, the movies, the incredible. Let alone the.
I kept seeing the movie
The
too while I was
architecture.
there.
Speaking
I'm
of
sure.
conspiracies,
Yeah.
there are so many conspiracies about movies. that I'm in depth with.
Yeah, man. You know, there's actually a view of a UFO in the movie Jaws.
Really?
Yeah, there's a.
I did not know that one.
Yeah, man. There's a scene.
Like they caught it on camera by accident?
Yeah.
Yeah, they caught it on camera by accident. They're out there in the water in the middle of nowhere, and up in
That
the
makes
corner.
sense.
Yeah, you see this little UFO.
Wow.
Well, they say there's bases out in the middle of the ocean because there's tons of ocean that we have never crossed
Dude,
yet.
the fucking globe is 80% fucking
Yeah,
water.
like
Right.
they say there's accounts of people seeing UFOs just right
I had an
into the
ex-girlfriend
ocean.
who had a theory that...
Didn't that happen to Flight of the Navigator? That
know.
Disney movie,
Bro, that
Didn't they
was
come out of the
say,
ocean
I'm
or
telling
something?
You, they say that's how they release the information to us in movies.
Yeah.
Like, and two, who the fuck's thinking of this shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what drug are you on to where you're writing this shit down on paper and turning it into a story? Some of these have to be fucking personal experiences to a point. You know what I mean?
Did you ever see how close the 2001 Odyssey is to like?
The movie, right? There's a book too, though.
Yeah.
2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah,
right?
2001 Space Odyssey. There was like all of it was super close to like the actual moon landing. So they say that.
Well, that's
Another
a conspiracy.
theory. Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick
Kubrick, yeah. So
and The Shining.
they say that he was the one that actually filmed the moon landing, because if you watch 2001 Space Odyssey and then you watch the moon landing,
It's kind of the same.
everything
Do
coincides.
you know about the little conspiracies in The Shining? They're basically saying Kubrick is telling the audience that he faked the moon landing.
No, tell me.
Okay,
bro, tell
so
me this.
Andy's sweatshirt, or he had a sweater on.
the
in
NASA
there.
shirt.
NASA.
NASA.
Yeah, and with the rocket shit.
Yeah.
Something about the room number 223.
237 was a creepy room.
Something about how Kubrick couldn't even tell his wife that he was doing this, shooting the moon landing thing. And basically, there's little Easter eggs in The Shining, basically saying that he's admitting that that's what he
I could see that, man.
involved
I mean, being an artist.
That hotel's haunted as shit too.
My friends have stayed the night there, actually in Colorado.
Colorado,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, being an artist, I hide my name in a lot of stuff that people don't even know about, man.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
got to think it's got to be. You know what I mean? It makes sense, dude.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if you did something as amazing like stage the moon landing, why wouldn't you?
You want to tell
Why
somebody,
wouldn't you brag about it?
and
like
let me
that?
do it in a way to where I'm not going to get in trouble.
For sure.
To where it's artistic and it's innovative.
I saw
For sure.
one video down a rabbit hole on YouTube of someone ripping the moon landing apart, like saying, no dust kicked up when they took off from the moon. You're not supposed to see stars from the moon. And what was
Yeah, I
the
heard
other
about that one about not seeing stars. I don't get that though. I don't understand.
I don't either, because we
How
see
can
stars.
you see stars on Earth but not on the moon?
Yeah, I don't
'Cause
understand
the atmosphere,
that.
maybe.
Maybe.
It's all bullshit.
The
When
density
you
of space, who
when
knows?
you start looking into that, man, you'll see that like the crosshairs on the cameras.
There's no wind
are-
on the moon too. I heard, because then they
The flag-
The flag
was
is just
flying.
stuck in position. like-
Yeah,
or something.
we'll
I don't
we'll
know.
actually talk about that in just a second. We're gonna actually pause for another.
So we can go
for
to the
another
moon?
break. Yeah, yeah.
we're going to be the first people to the moon if this conspiracy theory is real.
I own an acre of property on the moon. How cool is that?
You do. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
I-
You actually do.
I own an acre of property on the moon,
Ain't that a bitch?
and people always think I'm crazy for it, and they're like, "Man, how much did you pay for that?" And I'm
Now
like,
they already starting to try to build shit up there for the elite.
"Yeah, well, I bought an acre of property on
Conspiracy
Mars now
number
too, bro. I
37.
got an acre of property on both Mars and the moon." So
Gonna cut on Mars.
yeah, so all right, we'll be right back. We're gonna
Yeah. Money on my mind. All in the day's work when you on your daily